What's going on, y'all? It's your boy G11 back at it again with an episode of Homie Talk, where we have real discussions about real things happening. Guess what? Right now. Although I'm a little bit late on this one. Also, guys, I got to apologize for not doing an upload for like over a month now. I have been very, very, very busy in terms of work. There's a course I needed to focus on in order to do my new job. And I also just moved in order to conduct my new job. So I went all the way from Colorado to now I'm on the East Coast in Virginia, right? So I'm going to be an instructor for my career field as a traffic manager, right? I'll be teaching new Air Force airmen who are coming to tech school my job because they're going to replace me one day. I'm about 9 years into this. God willing, I got 11 more and then I can punch out, right? But I'm really humbled to be able to have this type of impact on the Air Force and really just had an interaction with people again, right? But I'm digressing. I want to get to the real reason why I'm doing this video today. And that is to provide an update on the Robinson situation and also kind of give my thoughts. I got inspired to do this video by my impromptu mentor, Anton Daniels. He doesn't know he's my mentor, but I consider him that. If you guys don't know, go check out his channel, Anton Daniels. He also has the Millionaire Morning Show. He does almost every morning during the week. And I get a lot of good gems over there. And I try to put myself in that mindset and go in the direction that he and many others who are in that mindset are going, where you're focusing, you're bettering yourself, and you're getting after the bag. They got the bag chasers over there. Go check him out. But me and the boys covered this story originally back in October of 22 when it broke. And the short version is Miss Robinson took a trip to Mexico with a group of 6 people. I don't know if she knew all of them, but a couple of them were her friends. I think her best friend was included in this group. And they're supposed to be taking a vacation out there. At some point towards the end of October, so this was the 29th, that's where all the discrepancies began to happen. I guess the story that her friends are saying is that she had a lot of drinks that night and that a doctor had insisted she go get checked in so that she could be treated. But the people that she was with refused. Apparently the next day, or I'm sorry, this is on the same day, around 2 hours later, she had convulsions. An ambulance was called. They tried to revive her, but she got pronounced dead at 5:57 p.m. on October 29th. And this is the story that's on the police report. However, the big discrepancy in the room is what's on her death certificate. Her death certificate says she died 15 minutes after suffering a severe spinal cord injury and a broken neck. This is why the parents are very, very concerned. Additionally, the friends left her there. So they left her in the hotel room and called the ambulance after they had already dipped and been on their way back to the U.S. And I think they took some of her belongings. So, despite that, details did not come out right away about what was going on, but that video that went viral, and I don't have the video. I'm not going to search for it to play it here, but you guys can try to look it up if it's still out there. But there was a viral video that came out that showed Miss Robinson, and her father confirmed it was her in this video, being assaulted by one of the other members of the group. I don't know if it was a female or if it was one of those zesty guys, right? Because this person was definitely like a lot bigger than her. He looked like they had about 100 pounds on Miss Robinson. She was small. But in the video, Miss Robinson is being viciously assaulted, and I can't stress that enough. It is vicious. She's getting handled. She's getting tossed around. She's thrown on the floor. They're kicking her in the head. They're beating her in the head. And all the while, someone in their group is sitting there with the cell phone recording this, and they leaked it out, right? So this is proof that something actually happened during the time in between her passing and this other story that's out there, right? And this is the issue. Sorry, allergies. But this is the issue because now the Department of Justice here in the US, or I'm sorry, the FBI is saying that they don't have enough evidence to file a criminal charge, right? And this is several months later. This happened in October. We go November, December, January, February, March, April. Yeah, so we're 6 months later now. The DOJ is saying that they are not able to prosecute. And to that I say, how? I'm like, how? The video clearly shows that something happened. Her death certificate says a broken neck. Now, this was the Mexico death certificate, right? Because they're the ones who found her and did their initial investigation. But I don't understand why criminal charges can't be processed when everything's pretty cut and dry, in my opinion. I got a brief video. I think it shows the father giving an update on his thoughts on the whole situation. Check it out.
Bernard Robinson says it took 20 weeks.
Also, fair use.
Bernard Robinson says it took 20 weeks of delays and complications before a headstone could be installed on his daughter Shanquella's gravesite.
This way
Wow.
Shanquella at. So the mothers and the father want to bring their kids up here and stand right here and, talk to her.
He says he wanted to meet local reporters here at the Beatties Ford Memorial Gardens because her case has captivated people's attention since she died nearly 6 months ago
Yeah.
under suspicious circumstances while on a trip to Cabo, Mexico with 5 others.
She'll be at peace once the United States Department or who else involved or higher up got to do something with this case to make it happen. Then she'll be at peace.
He says having a complete final resting place is one way he can begin to grieve. But there are many other facets of this case that are holding that process back. This is the first time he is talking about the recent announcement that the U.S. won't prosecute anyone on that trip for his daughter's death.
I'm frustrated about it to the utmost. I'm frustrated. I just can't understand why, the autopsy that I got back saying that her neck and spinal cord was broke.
The Mecklenburg County Medical Examiner released its autopsy last week. It contradicted a partial autopsy conducted by Mexican officials that showed Shanquella's spinal cord had been severed and her neck was broken.
I would like to
Jesus
know how
Christ.
many years experience that he have in doing an autopsy on a body.
That's not the only crucial piece of this puzzle he wants solved. There's still no word whether Mexico will extradite one of the 5 others on that trip. Mexican prosecutors issued an arrest warrant in the case, but never named that person.
Y'all didn't put a hole in this part of the heart here, though. Sorry, no hell. Don't them God gonna be able to mend it. Their life is still moving around, walking around here like they enjoy life. But this father right here struggling each and every day.
I feel that. I absolutely feel that, guys. As a fellow dad, and I've said this before, right? I have 2 little girls myself. I can't imagine being in his shoes. Really, I can't. Because as a dad, as a father, you understand that your role is to raise your kids in the right way, teach them right from wrong, keep them under your protection, and raise them to adulthood and beyond, right? Successfully, not just, get them to be adults. You want to raise them to be responsible adults in the world that contribute to society in a positive way, right? But to have that ripped away from you, because she was still pretty young. I mean, she was like 25, I think he said. But still, that's his baby. And to have that ripped away from you and not really get any justice, and then have these contradictions like he saw in the death report. And then what's even worse, guys, is that no one is really talking about it. I don't see any YouTubers making videos on this, and I'm guilty of this too, because we just covered it back in October, but we haven't been doing updates on it. We haven't been trying to keep the story alive. It's just something that we all really should be rallying behind and focusing on. This is something that everyone can come together on collectively and say, hey, this is some bullshit. I don't know how much more evidence the Department of Justice needs. I mean, the video straight up shows her getting her ass beat. And probably the injury came as a result of that, because at one point she gets kicked in the neck, man. I don't understand that. I don't know if it is because they were in Mexico, because they were out of the country, but these 5 pieces of shit temporarily got away with it, or whoever in the group did it. I won't say all of them because I don't know. I wasn't there. But someone knows something, and someone needs to speak up. Someone knows something, and someone needs to speak up. I know earlier today, I was watching Anton Daniels' morning show, and he was covering a story where we got on the topic of the code, right? And, people often say there's a Black people code or a sisterhood code. And basically it's just, the code is not holding your own people accountable, even when you know they're wrong, simply because you are the same in some type of way, right? Like if you know your brother is doing some bullshit, but you don't say nothing to him about it just because he's your brother, right? That's the way people see the code. It's not a real fucking thing, because people don't actually abide by the code. It's people use it until they don't like the other person. And I said that in a super chat to Anton this morning. I said the code only matters until they don't like you no more. So it's just a matter of time before, more information comes out. But I want to do my part and keep the story alive, and maybe get some people out there thinking, get this back in people's heads. All right. But this shit sucks. This is a damn tragedy, man. My condolences go out to the family. I really feel for the father. I know the mother's taking it hard too. There's a couple of interviews with her out. But I want you guys to just think about this. Keep this topic alive. Think about it. It could possibly, this shit could happen to you. It could be one of your family members. Hell, it could be you. I know how people like to take their girls trip and their hot girl summers, right? Think about it. The people who you call your friends might not actually be your friends. She thought the people she went on the trip were cool, right? And they left her dead in a fucking hotel in Mexico with a broken neck. Something to think about, folks. Anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about for this video. I hope y'all have a good day. Y'all stay safe out there. Stay positive. Well, let's get off this cold shit. Until next time, y'all. Peace.